I don't know, it's just like one of those records that really stuck with me, especially within the doom genre. Alright everyone, Curtis from the Pitch Control here, and today I'm going to be doing my top 10 doom metal records for you guys. I know you've been asking me to do this for such a long time. I've seen loads of people on Instagram and Facebook and all over my social media asking me to do this. It's just that it takes such a long time to do, and to narrow these bands down into a top 10 list is really hard for me, especially doom. I listened to doom for such a long time. It's one of my favorite genres. It's one of those genres that is really spread out and really slow and thick and heavy. So when I think about doom, I think about bands like Sleep or Electric Wizard or obviously Black Sabbath, the Doom Kings. They kind of invented this genre because they slowed down their songs and they really spread them out and made them really thick and heavy. So this is my top 10 list. Obviously honorable mentions have to go out to Black Sabbath, to Sleep, Dope Smoker, Sleep, Holy Mountain, Electric Wizard, all of those bands like Bongzilla, all of the huge bands that I really love, but I didn't put them in this list because I want to show you guys some new bands that I really love. So the first band I got is HUATA. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. It's H-U-A-T-A and the T is a cross. This band are from France. They play a really traditional style of doom metal. Very doomy, very down-tuned, and it's really extended into the huge epic songs. I guess that's another thing with doom records. They definitely do pick on that kind of imagery of Satanism and the whole beautiful imagery behind Satanism. But anyway, getting back to the record. As you open up this record, there's some really typical imagery of the satanistic style thing that doom definitely adopts into its style. You got people doing some sort of ritual where they've got a naked female laying down with a human skull, candles and cloaks, and all that style of stuff that really does make doom what it is. This record came on a double 12-inch. As you pull the records out, you can see it on their center label here. It's really nice. The way they've done this, instead of putting 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the sides, they've put these little symbols for every single side. So it's got one of them, then it's got 2, then 3, then 4, which I really like because it's something different, definitely adds to the aesthetic of the band. Next record I got for you guys is Witchlord, and this is a 2-piece US doom band, and the guitarist from Gehenna plays in this band. Really awesome old school metallic hardcore band. So if you haven't heard them, go and check them out. But this is completely different. On the front here, you've got some sort of psychedelic imagery, kind of pixelated and kind of bad quality, but really cool. As you pull the record out here, you can see it's on a green wax, kind of marbled in there. I'm not sure if that's on purpose, got a little bit of black in there. This record also came with a really beautiful poster. It's the same thing as a center label, so it's the purple goat's head with a bong at the top and with Witchlord logo in the middle of it. This band are really awesome, and I do love the style of it. It's very heavy and again, very drawn out, but that's the style of doom that I really like. Extremely distorted and very heavy. This band definitely fits into stuff that I want to be listening to, especially in the doom genre. This is one of those records where I found when I was just scrolling through on A389's record label website. I just scrolled through trying to find some new bands, and I found this and I just bought it, listened to it on Bandcamp, and I just bought it. And I was really happy when I received it because it's such a beautiful record. So the next 3 records are just vinyl that I found online while I was looking for one record. I was looking for that record because it was the only place that I could buy it online. When I did go onto that website, I scrolled through and I found tons of other stuff. The reason I bought those 3 records was because the shipping was so expensive, and if you bought over a certain limit, they gave you free shipping. I thought I might as well buy 2 other records and get the free shipping. So I literally just clicked on 2 other records and bought them. I was so happy that I did because these 2 records are absolutely incredible. This is Lord of Doubts, self-titled. The front cover on here has just got some sort of all-seeing eye with loads of snakes and a pyramid in the background with the Lord of Doubts logo at the bottom. It also comes with a huge poster. This is a black poster with some imagery again from the artwork. The actual record came on a blood red wax, a little bit transparent, and the center labels have the Lord of Doubts logo with some sort of spinning emblem in the middle there. Lord of Doubts are a 2-piece doom band from Moscow, and they play this really awesome style doom that I'm really into because they play exactly the same style of music as Electric Wizard. Electric Wizard were one of those bands that I first got into when I started getting into doom, so it was really lovely that I found Lord of Doubts. I was so happy. They have that really sort of singing style vocal, but it's very effective with lots of reverb. They have that really sort of singing vocal, but it's very effective with lots of reverb. So I really like that about this band. They play that sort of traditional style doom where they just use a lot of detuning, very, very drawn out style guitar riffs. It's just incredible. I really, really love this band. Definitely go and check it out. All the links are below. So the next record is one of those 3 records that I was on about, and this is Ice Dragon, the BURL, the Earth, and the Ether. On the front cover here, you just got a little bit of imagery. I have no idea what it is. Kind of just blue and blurry, so I'm not sure exactly what that's supposed to be. This record also comes with a huge poster. This is definitely very traditional doom style artwork. You've got an eye at the top there inverted with the name of the album written inside. I love it. It's all in purple, very, very Sabbath style stuff going on there. The actual record came on a really thick pressing on blue wax. Ice Dragon are another one of those bands that play that extremely awesome style doom, so I'm really, really happy that I bought this record. It definitely sounds again like the whole Lord of Doubts, Electric Wizard, Sleep style stuff, where they use their vocals in a very singing style way. They use a lot of reverb. It's very, very drawn out. They use a lot of that detuned guitar as well. It's just really traditional. The drums sound all the same. It's really distant, really echoey. They use a lot of samples, and it's all to do with Satanism and weed. I just can't stop smiling because this record is so incredible and I haven't listened to it in ages, so as soon as I finish this video, I'm gonna go listen to it, and you should do the same. So the next record I've got to show you guys is one of my favorite doom records of all time. I may be a little bit biased by saying that because this is a band that I've played with, not actually personally played in the band, but my band played with this band. I don't know, it's just like one of those records that really stuck with me, especially within the doom genre. This is DOPEFIGHT, and this record is called Buds. The front cover of this is so typically doom. It's got the Baphomet heads here, sort of mirrored in 4 ways. The dust sheet that comes with this record is also printed. One side of it's got the DOPEFIGHT logo at the bottom with a guy smoking a spliff. On the other side, you've got some sort of like negative image here of the band playing and a little bit of information. The record came on a translucent green, obviously. My favorite track from this album definitely has to be track 1. And I know that sounds really obvious because people always say like their track 1 is always the favorite of the album when they don't know what it is. Baby Goat Sick, which is the name of the track, is such a catchy track. They definitely don't use a lot of vocals and hardly ever really scream or sing or anything in this record at all. The drums sound really, really heavy. The guitars are kind of southern rock sounding, but they're really, really well distorted. They have a lot of muddy moments, but they tend to be very clean, if that makes sense. This record has a lot of very poignant moments. There's a lot of parts where it goes acoustic and the guitar plays a little riff and then everything comes in at the same time. Kind of reminds me of The Sword in a way because they're very sort of riffy and very headbangy, and the drums are just so heavy and perfect. The vocals are awesome too, but there's not a lot of vocals. Definitely go and check out DOPEFIGHT because that band is absolutely incredible. I love that band so, so much. So the next doom record I got to show you is probably the most played record that I've got in my whole collection. It did not leave my turntable for about 2 weeks. This record is Salome and Thou Are Enemy Civilization. Thou are one of my favorite doom metal bands, and I'm kind of cheating it by putting in a split, aren't I? Because it's 2 bands. Thou are one of my favorite doom metal bands. They play a very riffy style of doom, and their vocal is kind of black metal inspired, I guess. They play a lot of folkier moments, and their songs are really, really heavy. They have extremely down-tuned guitars, almost to the point where it's just so heavy and so riffy. When they just play open notes, it just rumbles through your whole body. The riff in that Thou song just makes me want to listen to it over and over again. It's just so headbangy and so catchy that you just have to put it on repeat. The next record I got up for you is absolutely ridiculous. I have showed this on my channel before in my record updates, I think. I can't remember, it's been such a long time. This record is BLEZEBONG, Sonic Scapes, and Weedy Grooves. Look at that front cover. BLEZEBONG have one of the best doom logos of all time. It's got a goat horn on one side and then some sort of devil tail that goes all the way through with a bong on the end, and it's one of those really typical Sabbath rip-off logos. Awesome, and all in green, obviously. I'm thinking that that's the band members in the middle there. One of them's got a bong. Oh no, wait, all of them have got a bong, obviously. This is classic stuff. This is brilliant. On the back here, you've got a coffin, and I'm guessing that's all weed smoke. I'm probably right when I'm saying that's weed smoke. And the song titles are what got me about this record. You've got Bong Thrower, Witch Rider, Names of the Devil, and Acid Funeral. These are just the most typical doom song titles of all time, and I love this record for that. This record is definitely one of those doom records where you listen to it, you kind of had to take it with a grain of salt. They do tend to talk a lot about weed and a lot about Satanism and all that stuff. BLZEBONG is absolutely incredible. I really love it for that reason, so go and listen to it. It's absolutely incredible. Next up is also a UK doom band, and this is Slabdragger REGRESS. Front cover here is again really typically doom with the Black Sabbath style logo across the top there in weed smoke with a mountain and some weed growing at the bottom there. All of this kind of hand drawn and really awesome. On the back you've got a picture of the members, which is a 3-piece by the way. You've got them sitting on a magic carpet flying towards the mountain. This is just absolutely ridiculous. This album has got some really nice tones on there. You've got stuff like Euronymous Maximus and Murky Fen, two of my favorite songs on this record. Slabdragger definitely have some different things going on in their record which really make them stand out within the doom genre. So when they play their really riffy sections, it just hits and it's just this huge explosion, which I haven't heard before in any doom record. So that's really nice to hear that. They got two vocalists, so they got this really high pitched vocal and really low vocal, which is really cool. This record is really long. Like I said, it's a double 12-inch. It does drag out for a huge long time, but you don't really notice it because these songs are so catchy and they have so many different elements going on that it really draws you in. So that was Slabdragger with REGRESS. Go and check it out. Next up, you guys definitely know this if you're into doom, and I wanted to put this in there because the vocals are so incredible and so enticing. This is Windhand, and this is their self-titled. Front cover here is purple with the Windhand logo on the top left. It came on a gatefold, and on the center here you've got a skeleton illustrated again with purple background. It comes with a 12-inch insert with some imagery on the middle there of upside down crosses, a skull, and the Windhand logo. It came on a really thick pressing on black wax. The reason I wanted to include this band in my top 10 doom metal records is because this band has such amazing vocals. It's just so enticing, almost therapeutic in a way. The way it's so slow, it just makes me feel really sleepy and really calm. I remember finding this record on stonerbix.com, which is kind of like a blog spot where you can find out loads of different doom metal bands and just search through and find loads of different stuff. I was on that with my friend and we found tons and tons of different stuff, including Ice Dragon, BLZEBONG, Thorax, which are absolutely incredible. I really want that Thorax record, so if you have it, send it to me. Send it to me. I listened to this record over and over again, and it definitely fits into that sort of Electric Wizard style doom. It's got the really nice double style guitars where you got sort of like the high pitched guitars going on which harmonize with the low pitched stuff. They definitely use a lot of down tuned guitars, really Sabbath inspired, but the vocals, I just can't get over the vocals. So the next record I've got to show you is Electric Wizard, Come My Fanatics. This band are a really huge band within the doom genre. Electric Wizard definitely have their own thing going on. It came on a double 12-inch, and as you open it up, you've got some more imagery of the band there. This is when the band were a 3-piece, but they definitely moved on from that within different records. They've had a huge amount of member changes within the years, but this is when they're a 3-piece. Yeah, again, the reason I included this in my top 10 doom metal record list is because it's got my favorite track by Electric Wizard on there, which is Return Trip. It's just one of those riffs that just absolutely pummels and repeats and just doesn't stop repeating. They just play the same riff over and over again, and it just gets heavier and heavier and heavier, and the vocals are just incredible. I really do love this record. So that was all my records for this top 10 list. Thank you so much for watching this video. It really means a lot to me. As always, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All the information is below here in the description box, or you can find it linked in the end card. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. The button's right below here, and subscribe to my channel, share it with all your mates, and I'll see you next time. Cheers! They're a really black metal inspired D-beat band. Really good stuff. Very dark and very fast. Loads and loads of solos thrown in there. If you know merchandise, or if you know the newer band on Death Wish, which is Death Index, you'll know the front